I do feel sometimes I know the answer. Well, it's when you sit back and say that, I know it's coming. So when I can actually clear my mind of being upset about it and just keep plugging ahead. But the problem is I'm like I almost got two master's degrees and I can't get a decent paying job.
Okay.
That's where I mean, I can understand if I was in a different field and wanted to be in another field and was getting paid what I'm worth, but it's not even that. It's just, you know, I can't even get I can't even get paid what I'm worth in a different field. Uh, you know, there's plenty of jobs. It's like I just can't get one of them.
So where is your faith at while you're going through this process in these jobs that you're talking about, where the principal is giving you high recommendations, the athletic director is giving you high marks, your parents are coming to you with feedback? Where is your faith during those days, minutes, and hours during that process? How is your relationship with the Lord and your spirituality at that point in time? How are you feeling about him and talking to him and during that time?
It's okay. I mean, I always say it could be better. I could be more personable. I could talk to him more, and I do thank him every night for what I do have. I do. And I pray. I try to make sure I pray. Even when I forget to pray at night, throughout the day, I'll pray or, talk to him, ask him different things or, consult with him. But when I got my review and the associate athletic director came to the school and told me what she told me, my faith was through the roof, of course, because I'm like, finally I'm recognized for something that, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then once I heard that, I said, just yet again, and then I can't help. So where I'm saying my mind just keeps going different places is, then yet again, I'm just like, I'm black. I'm in a school that has absolutely not one black teacher, and who gets hired up under me, a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Two other males in this whole school. It was three of us in the entire school. And in these school, this research is done by PhDs. Research is done by PhDs. We know that. Okay, so if you are a superintendent, if you are most superintendents have their PhDs, a lot of them do, okay? Principals, masters, PhDs. And if you're in an elementary school, you should know something about what research says in elementary schools, whether it's race, whether it's the actual content, whatever. And research and researchers, PhDs, there are countless articles on males needed in these schools. And not to mention African Americans.
Absolutely.
But look what happens. You go there and do a great job, and just because there's two jobs open, why couldn't I get one? Why couldn't I give your coach's wife one job, give that one job, but say, well, I got a person here who is proven that he is personable, He is great with the kids. He is good with staff. He's great as a team member. Let's give him this job. No. But I can't help but to think, is it also because I'm black? It's just a lot.
So if it had nothing else to do with race or anything else,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes down to your spirituality, what would you think that it could be spiritually?
I would think it could be there's something else. God has something else waiting for me.
So do you think...
I get that, but I'm tired of the struggle though.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I understand Job. I understand, I do understand these things, characters in the Bible, but I also understand my earthly feeling. And my earthly feeling is that I'm tired. I am exhausted working for pennies when I should be leading. I'm a leader.
Right.
I'm a leader. And no one wants me to lead. They are all trying to keep me down. It seems like, and this is the, I'm not saying they are looking at me trying to keep me down. A person is physically trying. I'm saying it's like it's in the air. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the cliche trying to keep a black man down. You know what I mean? But I'm tired. I'm just tired.
Do you think that God knows that?
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Yeah. He knows that you're tired.
Yes.
Do you think that just from you describing everything, all of your frustrations, that at the end of it, when your hopes are high and everything is going well, and then when things don't go as planned over the past 2 years, that possibly that's where the problem lies? Maybe it's not anything to do with earthly forces, possibly.
Well, it's not that's not I mean, it's a given if you look at everything, if you look at it really spiritually. I mean, everything that happens, there's a reason.
Certainly. So if you look at it from the perspective over the course of 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you try to identify a pattern of what is your reaction to things that happen to you when you have hope and you have expectations and you believe that this is your time, and then God's plan is different than yours, and so what is your go-to feeling? What is your gut reaction? What is your outward reaction? What is your inward reaction to when things don't go as planned? If you had to see a pattern over the past 2 years of things not going the way that you intended to, based on who you are in your heart and your mind and paper and what you think of yourself, like what is your reaction to that? What is your pattern? What pattern do you see in yourself that could possibly be keeping you from what you really want? And would you agree with that?
If you're looking for feelings,
Mm-hmm.
it would be anger.
Yeah. Are you angry at God?
It would, I am not angry at God. I am not angry at God. I'm not angry at him. I have gotten angry.
Okay.
I have. And I tell him
too.
What is going on,
Yeah.
but then of course I just come down off of, I come down off of that feeling, and I'm just like, I guess I gotta wait.
Is it a sense of hopelessness, or is it a complete, I surrender myself to you and I know you know what's best for me kind of feeling?
Yeah, well, it becomes that.
It becomes
It
after
becomes that, and then I surrender myself, and then something else happens. it seems like something else happens, you know, and then I just get, you know, upset again. And then I'll surrender myself again. And then something else happens and I'll get upset again. And then...
Okay, so basically what you're saying to me is that you cycle through the exact same pattern when things do not happen the way that you expect them to happen. Because you do have expectations of, especially as hard as you've worked on the things that you have a heart and a drive for the things that you do. And so you don't understand why God isn't doing the things for you that you expect him to do. Do you think that he has a plan that's bigger than what you could possibly anticipate, and maybe that this is just not that it's like he's preparing you for something bigger and better, and you're frustrated. He is not going to allow that until you bring yourself down.
But it would be nice, and I have asked God this. It would be nice to see a glimpse of it. It just would be.
Right.
I mean, to just keep me kind of satisfied that I know you are working in my life, you know. So can I get a glimpse of what you have in store for me? Just a tiny, just let the northern star just shine a little brighter, and let me see it, and let me know that you're listening. You know what I mean? And then I can say, okay, that made me feel better. Let me keep plugging along. You know, I just be wanting to give up. I just want to give up because I am tired.
Right. And that really is, I mean, we're human beings. We get tired. And he knows that. But maybe just possibly that's exactly what he's saying is that faith is something that you have no matter what. It isn't based on anything that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's not that glimmer of hope or seeing the light, you know, shine, or, you know, giving you some glimpse into the future of anything. It's faith in knowing that he absolutely made a promise to you in the Bible that he will never forsake you and he will never leave you, and he has a plan for you. Yeah. And so what it sounds like to me is that it really is rooted, the root of it is coming down to the spirituality. It is not being of this world. And I think that even myself, I get caught up in the worldly acts of others, and I forget that he's always working. And so when I bring myself down from that and recognize that he's bringing me through all of these things for a reason, that's when I start to recognize that that's faith. That's what faith really means. Faith is just saying, I don't know, but I trust you. Right. And to me, it sounds like that is the root of your frustration.
I can agree with that. I understand.
You understand, but it's a very hard thing to practice. Is that?
Well, yeah, of course it is.
Do you think that it's, what do you think would help you gain more faith and trust in the Lord?
Well, I mean, I know all these things. It's just I have to get in the Bible more. I have to study more. You know, the spirituality. You know, I have to read the Bible more. I have to pray more. I have to fellowship more.
Right.
That's it. It's the only way anybody can, you know, continue a strong faith, have strong faith, you know. So I get it.
Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, we could talk about more. We could talk more next session.
Okay. Sounds good.